I've got some questions for you. So I've asked followers and friends what they'd like to know from you, Lucas. So here are some questions. First up, from Sal in Whitstable, where do you feel your creative spark comes from?
I think to me, writing is something that I enjoy doing, but it's also something that I need to do in a lot of ways. I'm someone who's very conscious of time and of being on time and of doing things. And I've always got to have a plan. I've always got to do X, Y, Z and then know what's going on. But if I'm reading or if I'm writing, it's the one thing I can do where I completely lose track of time, where I can spend hours literally working on the same paragraph, reworking it, rewriting it. And maybe it'll end up the exact same as it was where I started. But that kind of piece is something I need in my life. And it brings me a lot of contentness in what I'm doing in the process. And I really enjoy writing. So I think being creative to me is getting in that headspace and then being able to spend time doing something within that. I just find it so satisfying. It really calms me down a little bit. There's no other real impetus apart from enjoying myself in the process and hoping people enjoy it afterwards.
That's a really beautiful thing. We also have a question from Melanie in London. She asks, do you have a neat way of batting away people who interrupt your energy?
Batting away people who interrupt my energy? I don't know. No, I quite like people who have sort of opposite energies to me. I think friction is a big part of life where you kind of want to rub next to people. You want to meet people who you don't necessarily always agree with. And maybe they're going to sort of get you down a little bit, but also you need to balance out with the people who do believe in you. I think it's healthy to kind of check your perspective sometimes and go, okay, not everyone is going to like you and that's okay. And I find that quite a good experience where I think if everyone says they love you, I mean, celebrities must be horrible. They get people just, pump their tires all the time and tell them they're the bee's knees, they're the greatest thing on the planet. But you need someone who's going to maybe bring you down to size a little bit, and having someone to interrupt that can maybe make you more sure of your own energy in some ways. You go, okay, I didn't like what you did just then, but also it's made me more sure that I don't want to be that kind of person.
Yeah, I think being told you're amazing all the time is possibly one of the worst things that can happen to your creativity.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's it.
Ellen in Greenwich asks, do you have anything to use that you can get back into your novel each time you sit down to write? So you must be thinking about this a lot at the moment.
Yeah. So something I tend to do, I don't know who first came up with this tip, I've stolen it from someone, but it's when you're writing, it's to never stop writing when you have nothing else to say. I think the best time to stop writing is when you know what you want to write next. If you got like, okay, I know what the next 2 paragraphs are going to be, write out a little shell of what that is and then stop. Because then immediately when you pick it back up again, you already know what you want to write. You can start to get some momentum going. Momentum's such a big thing with it. I think starting at a complete stop and having no idea what you're going to write next. If you open the cold page next day, blank page, you're going to get a bit of the yips, You're going to go, I don't know what to write here. I've got no idea. This is a blank page, quite foreboding. I think always setting yourself at least a little plan, a little cookie trail of what you want to go, the direction you want to go in. That's really important. And also I think that's to me, I think having a plan, I'm definitely not a pantser. I think having a plan when you're writing is important, just to give you some shape of what you want to write about. You can then delete it and take it in a completely different direction. But for me, I think having an idea just helps me write a bit more, gives me at least sort of a route to follow.
That's so true, isn't it? Cookie trail is a good way to put it. I don't always plan everything, but I will always plan when I sit down next what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll start worrying. You sit there and you waste so much time, especially, having many things to do in a day. If I can only sit down for 20 minutes, that's so precious. I need to know before I open that Word document, like what I'm going to do. So that's a really good idea.
I think having some way to distract yourself is important too. Like if you're someone who's going to scroll through your phone, put your phone in another room. If you like to open up other internet tabs, something I tend to do is allow yourself to open up an internet tab, but you can only open up like a niche Wikipedia page. And I found that's really helpful for the creative process. Where if you get like a Wikipedia page and you read Keke Rosberg's sort of career as like a Formula One driver, there'll be something in there that you're like, that's good, that's interesting, and that will again get your mind worrying a little bit. It sort of scratches the bit of your brain that's sort of curious to learn something. But if you then use that and then put it into work a little bit and go, okay, he got in a car crash and this year did a thing about car crashes, then you suddenly it sort of kickstarts your brain in a different creative way. I find it's a nice little hack that I've stumbled across.
And people do have amazing lives. I think there's lots of things where it's like, if it weren't real, you wouldn't quite believe it.
Yeah.
I know Ari Aster, for his screenwriting, takes, real kind of crazy, outrageous deaths that have happened to people and then uses them in his horror films and spends like a lot of time on Wikipedia. I think that's a good tip.
Yeah, it's very good. Me and Ari Aster have a lot in common.
Now, Ross from Foyles in Charing Cross says, tell us one of your favourite bookshops and one specific reason that you love it.
It'll be Foyles in Charing Cross, and it's because of Ross, the bookseller there, who is actually lovely. He's great. It's wonderful. Lala Books is probably my other favourite bookshop because it's the closest one to me, and they've got.
Do they have a table outside?
They've got a table outside, yeah, where you can listen to the soundtrack of conversation. They've got a really good selection of books. They've always got the newest books. They're really great at ordering in anything they don't have as well. And then also Review Bookshop in Peckham, which is nearby, which is also just a lovely place to be. And they've got really great. It's a nice atmosphere there where you get like a nice kids section that sort of feels quite family friendly, especially around Christmas time. It's just lovely to be there, like absorb all the atmosphere.
Yeah, they've actually been doing something called Comedians Do Poems. I went last week at Review. Fantastic. Okay, Ross actually has a bonus question.
Oh, super.
What is the worst thing that's ever happened to you in a bookshop?
Worst thing that's ever happened to me in a bookshop? It's probably the experience of just not finding your book. And I think when my book came out, I spent like a day in London trying to find it in maybe like 4 bookshops, and none of them had it. And by bookshop 4, I was fucking fuming, man. I was like, this stinks. This is the worst. Because it's the hope that gets you every time. You're like, this is going to be the one. I'm going to find it. Because obviously my name alphabetically, so I am O-A-K. So I'm basically the first O that comes up. There's no one else. There's no other authors I found. I think it's Joyce Carol Oates is the only one who comes the first apart from me, because she's O-A-T. But because I'm O-A-K, I'm before her alphabetically. So if I'm not on the first O, I'm basically not in the bookshop, and that's just a disheartening experience. That's probably the worst thing.
Yeah, it's quite hard when you're out with your friends and you're all just having a browse of the bookshop and you're trying to really subtly find a way, maybe to go to the memoir section. I wonder what they've got here.
You're like, and they've not got mine. Great.
Doesn't matter. I just was interested to see. I wasn't like purposefully looking for it or anything.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. It's not like I care about these things.
Yeah, who cares, guys? It's actually fine. It's actually probably because someone's just bought it. So
that's what I tell myself. That it must sold out. You're like, yeah, well, they just don't stock any fucking copies, Mum. God. Mum and Dad did it a few times, and they apparently told every bookseller that they should stock it, which I think is maybe more embarrassing.
No, that's so nice. That's really sweet. Oh, Lucas, thank you for answering all our questions.
Thank you, Freya. It's been lovely.